Hi everybody, it's Bridget. It is Monday and we had our first day of school today, so it's very exciting around here. The kids are finally going back to school. So I wanted to share with you my submissions to the Discount Paper Crafts design team call. When I saw the announcement, I knew that I had a couple of projects I would be doing, so I don't know what happened. My mojo was just in the right place. I got all my projects done, and I had in mind to share these two for the design team call. So this is one of the wooden packaging boxes that the Prima like those wood veneer shapes came in. So what I did was I had painted it, gessoed it, painted it blue, and then whitewashed it. And then what I then decided to do was, and you can see how some of the places were kept painted, I covered it in the washi. I think this is the Divine Collection. And I covered it in the washi tape. I went over it with gesso again, some of the multi-matte medium, and then on top of that I lined it with this like ivory beige, kind of like Chinese trim all around. And then I guess I decided against the paint because what I really wanted to do was take all of those little squares from that one sheet of paper and cut them and add them into the boxes themselves. So that's what I did. And then in the first one here, I popped it up. I cut an additional cameo out and I popped it up to give it kind of like a dimensional look. And then these are just some flowers I had from Misty's shop, who sells these really pretty, I think they're called chrysanthemums. So then I lined this one. I went over the washi tape with this really pretty yellow like bloomer trim. I added a Prima charm and kind of gessoed around it. I added, what I did here was, this was a chain that I got from Michael's, and I took two pieces and layered it on top of each other. Some half-back pearls that I went over. Wow, the camera just doesn't focus, so I hope it's really clear. This is a resin piece with some bling, a resin bird here with some more of the paper and bling in the back. And then this is one of the tiny doilies from the Paper Bag Lady, and a bow charm, a button, and here I took more of those like chrysanthemum flowers and I made it into a bouquet, tied it with a ribbon, and then I took this trim and I laid it over the paper and then put this Webster's Pages button. A papery, girls papery cameo with some more of those flowers, a Tim Holtz piece, a Prima zipper here on the side, of one of the pen nibs here on this side. And I thought this was mixed media, seeing that I used a lot of different mediums to come up with this, and I'm sending it to a friend, so it's a little get well gift. But that is my first submission, and I will have pictures if you guys want to see any details or have any questions on my blog. So that's the first one. And then this is my mixed media project using a lot of texture paste mixed with gesso, stenciling, some crackling here, And this is using the Delight collection. It's a shabby chic cigar box. So what I did was I layered a lot of flowers here in cream and white, some peachy pinks and coral. This is seam binding here. This is one of the Delight flare buttons. And then just some little pearl sprays that I cut apart. Some bling. I cut this an additional bird and used, I don't know that you can even see it, but it's the crackle accents on it, and popped it up. Then I cut this whole piece out of another sheet of paper and popped that up to make it look dimensional. Another button, some laces here that I layered, and then here on this side I used another Prima flower. And these types of flowers, I also used a lot of what papers and flowers that I knew that Cathie sells in her store, because I've been a very nice customer over a period of time. But anyway, I figured, you know, she sells resin pieces, the Prima pieces, Melissa Francis. So then I put another little chip piece of the Delight here from Prima. And then this is some leaves that came in this spray in the packaging from Prima. And then what I did here was I had painted everything and decided to paper it. So I took the papers from the collection and I went all around. I took off the screws and I painted those, or I gessoed them, and then I went around and I mixed gesso with texture paste, and I used my art stencil here all around in little bits and pieces. I took off the front and used a resin piece there as the closure. It's not really a closure, it's just kind of like hanging out like that. And then here, and then here again. So then here I used crackle accents with this beautiful image that I cut out and layered behind the resin piece. So she's all crackled. And then this is a doily stencil from, I believe it's Julie Balzer for TCM. What does that stand for? It's escaping me at the moment. So what I did was I put it on there, and then when it dried, it actually took on the colors of the stripes in the paper, which was really cool. So that's what I did there. And then I went over and softened everything up with a little bit of gesso here and there. So then you open the box, and here I just used flower halfback pearls with some of this beautiful rosette trim that I got in my stash. And then for this part, I just papered it again with the Delight collection. I fussy cut this image and I glossy accented it, popped it up with another doily. Some beautiful lace to make a little pocket here. And then here I put a doily with another one of the flare buttons, some of those pearl sprays, and some more flowers. So I thought that came out really nice, and I thought it was a good idea to use it as my submission, since it is kind of mixed media and it is using a lot of stuff that Cathie has in her shop. And same with the configuration box. She sells a lot of these beautiful goodies, trims, flowers, washi, all the Prima collections. So those are my submissions. If you guys have any questions, I will eventually be posting pictures and information on my blog, paperinparis.wordpress.com. And in the meantime, you can find Cathie over at Discount Paper Crafts on Etsy. So hope everyone has a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.